Hello everyone. The purpose of this short video is to show you a couple of things that may be useful to you as we approach the end of the semester here and recording final grades and then uploading those grades to colleague or web services. So the first thing I'm going to show you is something that you may or may not already do or want to do. I'm going to show you how to drop the lowest grade for a student if you want to do that. If you do, you're nicer than I am, but I know that some faculty do that. So if we look, we're going to go to assignments. We're not going to go to the grade book, which would be the intuitive thing to do. We're going to go to assignments. And here you'll see that I have several assignment groups. I have some quizzes, and then I have weekly assignments, and then I have a couple of projects. So if I wanted to drop the lowest quiz grade, or if I wanted to drop the lowest quiz grade and the lowest weekly assignment grade, I would get up here at the top of the group where it says the percent of your total, again if you're using weighted groups here, and I would say edit, and I'll get this screen that would say if I want to drop the lowest grade for each student, well, I could actually drop more than one if I wanted to, because when I come over here I'll get this, and every time I click this it'll obviously go up one more. And I could also drop the highest score. I'm not sure why I would want to do that, but if I wanted to, I could. Now, if you're using total points and you don't group your assignments, you can still drop the lowest grade, but you can exempt some of your assignments from being dropped. So you would click on here and say never drop. Now all I've got here is quizzes because I'm in the quiz category, but if I had all of my grades, I could click here, I would see all of my grades, and I would be able to exempt grades that I didn't want the lowest grade to be dropped for. And once I've done that, then I would say save, and the grade book will then drop the lowest grade in any grade group where I have asked it to do that. So that is how you drop the lowest grade. Now, if we go back here, you'll notice that I have this menu item which says Submit Grades to Colleague. You may not see that because it is by default disabled. So I'm going to show you how to enable that so that you can submit your grades directly to a colleague as you could do from Moodle. It's actually a little bit different, but you can still do it. So I'm going to go to this class where you'll notice that I don't have that menu option over here. Students will never see it, as you might imagine. So we're going to come down here, and you have to do this in each class. You're going to say Settings, then you're going to say Navigation, and you're going to come over here from where we started at the very beginning when you set your course up to say the things that you want to be enabled. So we're going to come down here. You may have to drop down a little ways to find it. And here it is, Submit Grades to Colleague. And you're going to just pull it up here into the active column. And don't forget to go down here and say Save. If you don't save, then it will still not be visible to you. But we'll say Save. And in a minute we'll get back over here, and now we'll see that we have that. Now, because these two are live classes, and if I were to click this, you would be able to see students' names and grades. And so because I'm going to send this out to all faculty, it seems as if that would probably not be an ethical thing to do. So I'm going to use an empty class and try to show you how to do it. What you're going to see in your class with student names will look a little bit different, but I think I can explain it okay here. So this is an empty class. It has no students in it, but I've got this Submit Grades to Colleague. So when you click this, you are going to see, and this is for those of you who did this in Moodle, this is similar to Moodle. It defaults to midterm grades. You are going to click Final Grades. Now, when we clicked Final Grades in Moodle, there was a little check that we could make that would populate all of the grades. So what you're going to see is you're going to see the student's name, you're going to see the student's current grade average, and then this block right here is going to have a box that in Moodle it would have automatically populated. If the student had an 85 grade, this would pull a B in. Canvas doesn't do that. You're going to have to actually type the grades in. You'll be able to see the student's average, but you're going to have to type the grades in. If you want to give the student an incomplete, you're going to type an I in there. And then in here, you're going to put, I think Shelley said in her email, nothing later than March 27th for an expired date. But otherwise, you don't need to put anything anywhere except in this final grade column. When you have filled in all of the final grades, you'll click Submit, and you'll get a message up here that'll say grades are submitted, or at least I think you will. I haven't done this yet. And then, at least for Moodle, we got an email message that said our grades were submitted. And again, I am not ready to, unfortunately, not ready to submit final grades yet, so I haven't actually practiced on this. But again, when you say you've got to activate this, enable this, and once you've done that and you click on it, it'll default to midterm grades. Then you're going to click Final Grades. And when you do that, you'll see your students' names, their current grade average, and you will just type the grade that matches their average and submit. So hopefully this was useful to you. I'm assuming this all works. I have not tried it yet. So good luck with the end of the semester and happy holidays.